that there's consequences for every decision we make.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Unfortunately, many children trying to be grown-ups make decisions that only grown-ups can make. And many times suffer consequences for their decisions. And hopefully when we get older, we come to understand that there are consequences for everything we do. The Bible calls it planting and, sowing and reaping, planting and harvesting. If we sow good seed, we'll reap a good harvest. If we sow bad seed, we'll reap corruption, the Bible says.
Right.
If we sow to the flesh, we reap corruption. And unfortunately, there's so many people in the world today that don't understand that concept and don't understand the importance of sowing to the Spirit. And we sow to the flesh, and we sow a little more to the flesh, and we sow a little more to the flesh, and then a little more to the flesh, and then before we know it, the harvest starts coming in and we're devastated. That's why it's important to sow to the Spirit.
Yes.
Yes. Amen.
Because sowing to the flesh reaps corruption. And the Lord showed me some years ago that corruption is death. Remember when there was a prophecy about Jesus saying that his flesh would not see corruption? Corruption is when the body starts to rot and stink. If you've ever smelt a dead corpse, might only been a deer or
Smell of human.
we used to have problems with mice because we lived by an open field, and sometimes they'd get up under the TV stand and you could tell they were there. You couldn't get to them because you couldn't. The TV stand was so big. Thank God I got rid of that thing. You couldn't pull it out because the stand was so big and the weight of the TV was so heavy. But you could smell there was a dead mouse under there. Try to get up there and clean it out, but you just couldn't get it out. So you had to wait until the stench stopped.
Lots of Febreze.
Corruption. When we sow to the Spirit, when we sow to the flesh, we'll reap corruption, and it stinks in the nostrils of God.
Yes, it does.
Amen. We have family members and loved ones and friends that continue to sow to the flesh and don't understand the concept of reaping corruption. And we need to pray that God will open their eyes. Let them get a good whiff of themselves. And I'm not talking about body odor. Let them get a good whiff of what they smell like in the presence of God. Amen?
Amen.
Because when we sin up a foul odor into the nostrils of God. And I want him to smell good things. Amen. You can walk in and you can smell something pleasant, and it's appealing. I remember about a year or so ago, I went to shake Sister Candida's hand and give her a hug, and I said, "Man, you smell good." She said, "Well, that's what I was going for." I started laughing. I said, "Yeah, we don't go for the stench, but sometimes we do stink." Amen.
It is not.
I went to bed last night and I was tired. I went not early, but somewhat early for me, and I couldn't sleep. And it was like 3:30. I was still awake, just laying there tossing and turning, thinking about things that I'm concerned about, family members and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And woke up this morning and I'm like, I'm just going to get up and brush my teeth, wash my face, and go to to church, and then I said, wait a minute, I was sweating all day yesterday. I don't smell me, but I'm sure they will. So I got in the shower and I washed off. And then I got out and I sprayed some cologne on it. Because see, I would rather you smell something pleasant than to smell something stinky. And if we're that concerned about each other, if I'm concerned about you, you're concerned about me, we don't want to have a foul odor. You know, we brush our teeth, we take mints and we put cologne on, and you know, we take showers, and all for the purpose of not offending our fellow man.
Right.
But yet we don't have a problem offending God. We don't have a problem offending God. We don't care that He smells our stench. And our stench in the nostrils of God isn't body odor. It's, as I said a moment ago, it's our sowing to the flesh. It's sin. Amen. Sin is nasty. What is the wages of sin? Death. Sowing to the flesh brings corruption, or brings death, brings stench. Amen. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yes.
I learned that a long time ago when I started attempting to plant good seed. See, when I was young, I worked for a pizza shop who had a car that was only a couple years old, but it had been wrecked several times, had been stolen several times. The headlights were wired in with coat hangers, and we started it with the screwdriver. The only thing that didn't have a dent on it was the roof, and I almost took care of that. I jumped over some tracks one day. You know, it was like you go up the tracks, go across, and then it dropped. And I just got up the top and gunned it. Went off.
Playing
Next thing I
Dukes
know,
of
there's a car and
Hazzard.
some people standing there, and thank God I didn't hit them.
Playing Dukes of
But I
Hazzard,
slid
yeah.
sideways and busted the axle and everything, the
Aw.
tie rod-ins. And like a fool, instead of just telling my boss and paying for the repairs, I told him somebody stole it and somebody burned it in the meantime. And then he found out that I was the one that was driving it when I wrecked it, and he thought I burned it. I said, I didn't burn it. I wouldn't have done that. He was going to break my legs. And he was a big boy, he could have. But I was always a smooth talker. I talked my way out of it.
Irish in you.
We used to take that car and we'd sideswipe cars.
Yeah.
When I got saved, man, I had a brand new car, van, brand new black Dodge street van, they call it. White marble wheels, you know, well, not marble, but you know, those white wheels. And, I mean, it was just a beautiful van.
White walls.
No, not white walls. The wheel itself was white.
White. Oh, okay.
The mag
Okay,
was white.
bag.
And excuse me. When I got saved, you know, I started noticing all the dents, you know, the scratches where the kids ride by on the bicycle, and somebody hit me while I was at a store once parked and hit the back, and I hit another car once. I was driving on the freeway and just was looking over at my daughter's mother talking to her, and she went like this. And I slammed my brakes on, bang, right into the back of a car. It didn't hurt that car, but it put a big crease in my bumper. And a friend of mine hit a car and put a crease on one side. But the point I'm trying to make is this continued even after I got saved. People hitting it and tearing it off. And it was 2 years old at that time, and it looked about 10 years old. And I heard the preacher talking about whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. And God gave me a revelation. Son, your van is a mess because of what you sowed.
Yep.
And so I started to realize it was necessary to start sowing good seed.